I'm very pleased to have in the studio with me David Cobb, in person, the national spokesperson for Move to Amend, movetoamend.org. If you haven't been over there recently, get over there, movetoamend.org. Check it out. David, welcome back.
Thank you, Tom. It's always a pleasure to be on your program.
And your Twitter handle is @MoveToAmend.
Correct, @MoveToAmend.
Cool.
Facebook, cool. Move to Amend.
Yeah, there you go. It's pretty straightforward.
Exactly.
So what's up with Move to Amend these days?
Well,
what are you guys up to?
Tom, as you know, Move to Amend's getting larger, stronger, and better organized every day. You know, we were 12 people in a living room whenever we launched it. As you know, you were one of the first people to come on board, and we're grateful for that. But we're up to 400,000 people now. Not only that, we've just passed 16 states who have passed resolutions of support of our call to abolish corporate constitutional rights and money as speech via a constitutional amendment. Plus, we've had 600 communities pass resolutions of support of our call to abolish corporate
600.
600 city council members, our county commissioners by majority vote have voted to support our campaign. But Tom, the objective number I'm most proud of is 300 elections, where not just representatives vote, but actual citizens get a chance to weigh in. Do you support abolishing corporate constitutional rights, money as speech? Tom, we've been on the ballot 300 times. Guess how many times we've won?
300 times.
Every single one of them. You got it. It's an easy trivia question for you because you know that Republicans, Democrats, Greens, Libertarians, moderates, independents, radicals, leftists, everybody supports this campaign.
Right.
So we win everywhere we go.
Except the billionaires. The billionaires are very unhappy with you.
Absolutely. The billionaire class, and let's be honest, the billionaire class, Wall Street America, whether the uber elite of the Democratic or Republican Party, they don't support it. But rank and file people of both parties do. So we've been on the ballot 300 times, and yes, we've won in San Francisco and Boston and Madison, you know, the liberal bastions. Tom, we won in Salt Lake City, Utah. We won in Devlin, Wisconsin, which is Republican Tea Party Governor Scott Walker's hometown, where they haven't voted for a Democrat for president or Congress in 40 years. We were on the ballot in the state of Montana. Yes, folks, that Montana. We were on the ballot in Montana, and we won 74% of the vote. So we are winning everywhere.
Wow.
And if all goes well, we will pick up our 10th co-sponsor of the We the People Amendment that is actually in Congress right now, House Joint Resolution number 48. I've just been up here lobbying. This movement is reflecting itself in pool halls, bowling alleys, local election results, and even in Congress.
Is there you pointed to a House resolution.
Correct.
HR 48, you said?
House Joint Resolution number 48.
Is there a Senate resolution?
No, but as soon as Bernie Sanders and I finally connect, I'm sure that there will be.
I wish you well. I wish you well. But there's other good Senate. I mean, you're knocking on Sherrod Brown's door.
Sherrod Brown, Elizabeth Warren, John Tester. I mean, the reality is that there are some really good, solid senators. The reality is, Tom, that Move to Amend has not focused on Congress because we've been doing the work of educating and organizing on the ground, building the movement, right? Because I know what you know and your listeners knew, that real systemic change doesn't actually start in D.C., neither in Congress or the nonprofit industrial complex. Real change happens when ordinary Americans start to educate, organize, and activate themselves in their own local communities. That's where we've been doing it. So I do think that there are, look, let's be honest, we're not counting votes for the We the People Amendment, right? This Congress is not going to pass it, but it is going to happen.
Well, this is how the process begins.
That's right. And we're in that process. And the other thing I want to make sure that your listeners know is that we are on the cutting edge in Washington State, wamend.org, where they are collecting signatures on the ground right now in an all-volunteer effort to put it on the ballot statewide in Washington. And wait, I'm not done. California, we just had a hearing at the California Supreme Court where all of the questions made it very clear. I will be shocked if we're not on the ballot in the next election in California as well. This is moving faster than anything I've ever been part of.
Yeah, remarkable. So, what can people do who are watching or listening to the program right now, who would like to get involved in the campaign to roll back corporate personhood and to roll back this doctrine that the Supreme Court invented in 1976 in the Buckley case, that spending money to influence politics, which all the way back to George Washington had been considered a behavior, is actually constitutionally protected free speech?
You know, Tom, thank you for really underscoring those two things, because corporate constitutional rights and money as speech are both judicially activist courts creating doctrines out of whole cloth.
Right.
That's really important for, I'm an unabashed progressive. You know that, as are you. But I also work with principled conservatives all the time, and I really want to make sure this is a principle, not an issue. Right. So what people can do, first of all, go to that website, www.movetoamend.org, and sign up. And you have to sign up so we can be in touch with you. If you don't have access to the internet or you're just not comfortable, call us, 707-269-0984. We'll put you in touch with local organizers. We're literally all across the country. We'll get you connected to either local initiatives that are going, state initiatives that are going. And if they're not going, then what we can do is help you get some going. Resolution campaigns, initiative campaigns. And, letters to the editor, teaching people how to do old-style canvassing. And lastly, I would be remiss if I didn't say it, make a donation. Move to Amend is completely funded. Tom, our average donation is $40. We don't get any money from the big institutional foundations. Ordinary people are actually funding this campaign. And so if people are in a position to make a donation, please movetoamend.org is the way to go.
It's tax deductible?
Tax deductible, okay. Absolutely.
So the phone number was 707 what?
269-0984.
Okay, Jim, maybe you can make a chyron. 707-269-0984 is the phone number. And that's to call Move to Amend. That's not to call into the program.
That's right.
Don't call them if you want to yell about politics or something.
We'll talk to you about politics, but you'll only talk to one person. You won't talk to the hundreds of thousands of people that get to hear you on this show.
Yeah. Well, so movetoamend.org is the website. Do you see anything? I mean, what is on the horizon? You said the California thing. This is going to become and in Washington State.
Yes.
Where else are there dynamic things happening that people might want to get themselves involved with, or at the very least know about?
Well, I was just talking to Danielle, your Cracker Jack producer. The fact is, we've got a new affiliate coming in New Mexico. There are several new affiliates that are coming on.
Affiliate? Are you talking about radio stations?
No. I'm talking. That's what we call our local chapters.
Oh, okay.
A local affiliate. But this is the thing, Tom. We're almost 100 local organizations. So we have new groups coming on in Alaska, in New Mexico, in California, and on the East Coast, we've got folks in Connecticut. We've got folks, literally all across the country. So what is exciting to me is that we have what we call the affiliate on-ramp process where, look, we were 12 people. We didn't have any structure. We didn't have any processes. We had an idea that we, the people, could do something. What I'm telling you is we are intentionally and deliberately building the organizational capacity, the institutional infrastructure to be able to plug people in. So I tell people all the time, get in where you fit in, right?
Yeah.
We've got a menu of options.
So you too can start your own Move to Amend chapter in your own town, in your own kitchen, or
absolutely,
high school gymnasium or whatever you'd like. Just go over to movetoamend.org. That meeting of 12 people in the living room, that was in Jonathan Freeman's living room, wasn't it?
It was.
He was here 2 weeks ago. We had lunch together.
Oh, Jonathan is fantastic.
He is.
Well,
he went out and got himself arrested in the HOV lane with
story.
Corporate papers in his glove box. And when the police stopped him, he said, "No, there's two persons in the car. There's me and there's this corporation."
Tom, I love that story. We actually put that up on the website, and we have a new art and culture caucus where we're lifting that up as the kind of political theater that people can do. Here's another one. In Washington State, in Seattle, actually, we had a supporter marry a corporation. Right?
Right.
And so, imagine all of the ways.
Now that supporter has to divorce the corporation.
What's really interesting, you got to love the Unitarian Universalist, Tom, because there was actually an ordained minister of the Unitarian Universalist Church
who did the wedding.
Who actually did the wedding.
So if they cancel the corporate charter, or if they fail to renew it next year, that corporation is dead. Will that person be prosecuted for murder?
Well, there you go. And this is the thing. Think about all the different ways we can reflect the craziness. Corporations aren't persons. Money is not speech. Let's build a movement to make it clear.
Movetoamend.org.
This is the Thom Hartmann Program.
Movetoamend.org on the web. If you want to call them, 707-269-0984. David Cobb, it's always great seeing you.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for all you do.
Great to have you with us.